Salt Bay. Salt Bay, baby. Salt Bay. No Surrett, baby. No Surrett. Yes. 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 Ethereum trade still going pretty good. Shout out to each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Welcome. Welcome to the Crypto Lifer Show, baby. I hope you're having a wonderful day out there in crypto land. God bless each and every one of you for being here. And let me get some water here. God bless you all. Thank you for jumping on in. Had a long night, a lot of talking, a lot of breaking down business. And remember, I put you in a Bitcoin short. And the last time I was here, we opened up a short on weeks. If you remember that correctly, that's the last thing I did was open up a short for Bitcoin. Let's take a look at what's happening to BTC on the short. And so not a huge win, right? But so far, so good. What we did is we wanted to take this right shoulder down. I see shoulder, shoulder, head, shoulder, shoulder. We're going to break into that. But if you took the short, you're in the money. Looks like we may get a bit of a move there. Look, 777s just flashed on the screen. Show me 777s again. Can you throw me 777s one more time? Nah, it's not going to happen. 777s flashed on that screen, though. Unbelievable. Let's break it down for you. Let me show you what's happening and show you the screen. So remember, shoulder, shoulder, head, shoulder, shoulder. That's an M pattern. M's break to the downside. As I show up, Bitcoin starts to dump to the downside. But I had a ETH trade open that was actually still doing pretty good. You know, it was still holding the gains. And that's supposed to make a few thousand, but I'm going to wait. It's taking a long time. A nice, slow time. And now ETH has also pulled back slightly on this move here tonight. And you can see the trade's up about $250. And this trade was up like $600-700 at one point. I've been milking it, just hanging out. It's taken its time. Here is the head and shoulder pattern we gave you earlier today. And, you know, we've been pretty much sideways. Shout out to everybody here on the live. I had an amazing night. I went to Salt Bay. I have to be honest, everybody, I don't know who Salt Bay was until tonight. I'm admitting it to everybody. I had no idea. Everyone was posting those things. I didn't know what they were. I've been so into Bitcoin for the last 5 years and doing my thing with my company. I never knew, and I wasn't really into, like, you know, I don't know. I just didn't know who Salt Bay was. Isn't that crazy? Never heard of him. I'd seen his GIF, right? Mo sleep now there in Dubai. Yeah, it is 4 in the morning right now, 3 in the morning. So it's late, man, or early, or whatever you want to say, right? And this is going to be a quick live stream, in and out, but we got you. We got you, and we're going to get you where you need to be. Shout out to everybody for it. Oh, and just launched. Right. That was so funny. Wow, Grass Chat GPT makes me... Wow, that's interesting. All right. Hey, Sam, I created a strategic, basically entering its stop loss, and I named it Lula because it's the Brazilian president. He's about to get... Have fun, man. My stop loss don't get hit, so I don't know where you're entering, but God bless you, brother. Yeah. Like almost 98. Like, so many of my stop losses don't get hit, so I don't know. I would just... If you copy traded me this week, you would have made a lot of money. I don't know what to tell you, but God bless you. Hope your strategy works well, man. It's crazy, but good for nothing. It's crazy, but good for you. I don't know. I thought it was pretty... Here's the deal. I didn't pay for it. You know, in exchange, you know, people wanted to see, hey, want to meet you, talk to you, bring me out to dinner. And so, like, I come to Dubai from my hometown, and I got taken out to some of the nicest places in the world. And unbelievable. Yeah, I had the gold-covered steaks. I don't think it's in Las Vegas anymore. I think it used to be there, but they moved it. But yeah, I had the gold steak today. It was a $1,300 steak. I'm not bragging. Someone paid for it. I just want to let you know, this is my... You know what's crazy is I was middle class, and I shared my experience. No one hated on me. No one said a word. And now if I just say what happened, people, like, I don't know, they get a little funny. And, you know, when Derek Jeter hit a home run, it never made me feel strange. And when I saw celebrities buying big cars and yachts, it never made me feel strange. I just said, hey, I better get my butt in gear and see if I can live a life like that. 2 of my good friends became multimillionaires. I saw them. They went out to all the fanciest places. I never got jealous. I never got upset. I said, how do I get myself in that position? I said, how do I find myself in that situation? And honestly, that's what it is. You know, so if you're hating on a $13 steak, or, you know, and I'm not bragging, I'm saying this is just what happened in my life today. You know what I mean? God bless everybody out here, and may God bless each and every one of you. So we're going to break down Bitcoin. We're going to go through when the daily candle closes in about 20 minutes. We're going to give you the daily candle close. This will be about a 40-minute live stream, hopefully not too long, and then we'll move on out of here for the day. So I'm going to move on into the weekly. I'm also in a hotel room. Don't want to piss people off and have, you know, my room getting called late at night in Dubai. But they party here 24/7. Every night is Friday night out here. It is insane. It does not stop. Most modern city I've ever been in. Every bathroom is just the cleanest, most ridiculous bathroom you've ever seen. All the toilets have something to wash your butt with, which I use at my own home. I have a bidet at my house. You got to wash your butt after you wipe, please. I have bidet installed in all 5 of my toilets in my home. I made not one toilet didn't get a bidet. Every single toilet has a bidet. You're a beautiful blessing, Sam. Shout out to X Lights. God bless you. Thank you for the light, love, and happiness. I'm gonna merge onto that high frequency. I hang out with high frequency people, and I avoid low frequency people. People that point out negative and just, you know what I mean? They're not going to get you there. It's just not what you want. So let's take a look here at the weekly. Pushing further to the upside. Stochastics say yes. MACD says yes. RSI says yes. Everything says more is coming here for Bitcoin. All we need to do is get this beautiful close above resistance. That's all I care about here. And so I brought it right there, or support. And you can see we bounced right there. And the level you're going to look for is where this candle opened at 93,738. And so 93.7 really is my line in the sand. As long as we stay above 93.7, I remain bullish for Bitcoin on this bigger time frame on the weekly. So the weekly looks good to me. The 3 days a little high and away from the 21. And the daily does have this bearish dip. What is bearish divergence? Bearish divergence is when price action moves to the upside. I'm actually going to double check my RSI here. All right, we're going to zoom in here. It actually is an uptrend. It's not a downtrend, which is quite interesting because they're both in an uptrend. Some could say, well, that's not bearish divergence, Sammy. It would have to be a downtrend, and it's just not. It's an uptrend just like that. Interesting. Now, they look like bearish div to me, but apparently it's not. So if it's not bearish div, then this line would have to be a flat line, and this line would have to do something like this. And you can clearly see that you have some previous support as resistance. I mean, resistance right there, bounce off support. 94,000 is also a key level that we bounced off many, many times. So here's the deal. I see the daily getting ready for a bigger move. And I know everyone's bearish and acting kind of funny. There's a lot of fear right now. I don't know what it is. There's a lot of fear. I can feel it, smell it. The market didn't do what, a lot of people got wrecked this week instead of making gains like I did. I don't know why. We made 5 racks. What is on 2? I can't even remember anymore. We made almost $8,000 this week. And just a few days of trading. I showed you how to make gains. I gave you guys my Bitcoin trade. I called the pump. Was it on Wednesday or Wednesday I called the pump, right? Wednesday or Thursday? Sam, so happy for you enjoying Dubai. Can you look at Pengu, long-term and short-term targets? And how high do you think it can go to the end of the bull cycle? Honestly, I don't know. That would be like some high speculation that I would have to put out and figure out. It would take some time. It would take some serious time, But we can look at it. I don't know if I can give bull cycle targets, but we'll take a look. Market Cypher B gave bearish divergence. You were scared. No, you were scared. No, you were scared. No, you were scared. Shout out to Sunny Little Tree. Is the tariffs. No one knows what will happen. Tariffs are deflationary. Say I'm wrong. Tariffs are deflationary, not inflationary. They're actually going to get pulled away. You're going to see what happens. It's going to change your life forever. Take a look at this 21-day moving average coming into price action. I see an explosive move for Bitcoin. We're talking $111,000 BTC by Friday of May 16th. So by the time we get back to Bitcoin Las Vegas, we are going to be in the gains, everybody, in the gains. And shout out to Weeks with the beautiful, amazing trophy, man. This is the coolest thing I've ever gotten. And it says Ultimate Stream Streak Award for Sammy. Thank you so much, man. God bless you all for being here, and thank you so much for this trophy. Someone represented, could see, hey, man, this man busted his butt for years on end. I started my channel in September 9th of 2019. We're coming up. This next September will be 6 years that I've been banging on YouTube and changing my life and changing your life and having a blast with each and every one of you. So thank you so much. May God bless each and every one of you. Actually, let me bring this down so I can get some pocket square action. Got to have the pocket square in the shop. Otherwise, what are you wearing it for? Over here. Ooh, that's a little loud on that move there in Sammy's ear. We're going to bring that down. Thank you so much for the new subscribers. And look at that. You're going to put the balls in the jar, and they're going to drop. I got 2 jars, and I don't understand why I got 2 jars. Where is the other jar from? I only see 1 jar. If I get rid of it, though, there's another jar there, which is interesting. And I'm like, well, where's that jar? And I kind of want to get rid of it. There it is. But no. Interesting. There's like a jar glitch going on. It's jarred. It's glitched out. Anyway, I like the double jars, whatever. It looks cool. But that's interesting. That's a little weird. So Bitcoin looks good to me on the daily time frame, but it does have to reset a bit. It is very overbought. What if it just does takes tanks and we take a beat down? I mean, I'll be honest, this level is pretty key. I would have to see a daily candle close below 94,000 for me to be like, okay. And then you can see our next level. We would trip up a little bit of 90,700, and then back to 87,000. We'd go back to 87,000 pretty fast, lose the 200 MA. I say that's highly unlikely, and it's more likely we break to the upside, but anything is possible for Bitcoin, right? You can never tell yourself you know exactly what's going to happen. It's one step at a time. There's bearish divergence here, though. So look, we couldn't find bearish div on the daily, but I always tell you when you're looking at things, look on the 22-hour time frame. It's going to give you kind of that extra bit of information that you're looking for when you're kind of stacking up the odds against yourself here for Bitcoin. That's bearish div right off the bat here. So I don't know why that moved, but that's bearish divergence. You got your rising wedge to the downside. There we go. Sorry about that. 4 in the morning, right? But bearish div right there. You got swing up to swing up, swing down on the RSI. That's telling us there's likely going to be some moves. You even have bearish div on my indicator. The stochastics are pointing to the downside. So here's the deal on the 12-hour, the 22-hour time frame. This is going to reset. This is going to come down. Looks like we're going to get a bounce. It could make some right shoulders and leap down through this gap. You can see the gap here. The VRVP brings you to liquidity. That liquidity area is about 87,400 for Bitcoin. So that's a key level that you would be looking for if we end up losing, 94,000. It's just a pretty smooth move back to 86, 87K. I mean, it's a smooth move up to a smooth move down. So it could happen. So your worst case scenario, you lose this point, you lose this high volume node, you get below 94.4, you start to trip, you get to 91.6, and then boom. You end up somewhere here hanging out at about 87,005, attempting to find some more liquidity and figure out where you're at in life. So that's what's happening here for Bitcoin. All right, that's what people are getting into. So here's the deal. Is it going to happen? By my prediction, what do I know? Actually, I can't tell you what's going to happen, but I can tell you what the charts convey and what the probabilities are, and then I can tell you what I'm doing. And that's it. And then you can go from there. Like the other day I said I'm long, I made the gains, right? Doesn't mean I was going to be right for sure, but I did tell you I was long, and then it went and it pumped to the upside. So, and it was awesome to win my trades here in Dubai in front of everybody. It was really pretty top notch, honestly. And God is great, is how I say that, because coincidentally, how could I have won the trades in Dubai? Only if God was there for me every step of the way. So, God bless everyone here. Thank you so much for spending your most precious asset, which is your time, with the Lifer. I'm going to be able to give you some good insight, teach you some good tips and tricks, and get you going and ready for the next move in your life. So I see a golden cross approaching here for Bitcoin. That tells me it's time to buy with a stop loss on the other side of this key area. We talked about the weekly too, and we're about to get ready for that daily candle close in not too long from now. We're going to be putting out the daily candle close for you guys and showing you what's happening here. So I just realized the music wasn't loud enough. It's been loud for me, but not loud for you guys, which is kind of unfair. So, yeah, there we go. It could be louder. I got the music better now. I'm back in. I'm locked in for you guys. You guys can feel that energy. All right, smash that like button. Hope your flight goes well. Me too. Me too, man. Me too. It's funny, I got to call my car. I got this X post that just will not go through no matter what I do. So crazy out here. Hope your flight goes well. Thank you so much, man. Music was fun. Thank you. Appreciate that. May God bless you all, though. Appreciate it. Super chat, Sammy. Let me take a look at the super chat. Who said that? Let's see what's going on here. And we got Hank Sulman. Hey, Sam, thanks for enjoying Dubai. Can you look at PENGU long term? So happy you were enjoying Dubai. Can you look at PENGU long term and short term? Yeah. I want a fast X2. Could that be TARS AI next week? You want a fast X2X. That means that you lack something, because when you want something, it means you usually lack something. The use want means lack. I figure that out in language. When people are using the word want a lot, it means they lack a lot in life. When people are saying they're grateful, they can't wait, it's awesome, they're usually fulfilled, and they lack nothing. You see what I'm saying? But you're just saying you don't want a fast 2X, man. You're just writing that. You're just writing that. That's just not how it is. Man, we just got a $100 super chat out of nowhere from Roger Tremino. Puff Soul. KJC, same devs as Tima. Do your research off camera. Puff. Shout out to Roger Tremino. God bless you. Thank you so much for the $100 super chat. All right. Puff. I will look at the chart. I'm not gonna do anything else, but I'll take a look at the chart. See what the chart is looking like. See if it can flow anywhere before I jump on out of here. 749 here on the East Coast of America. 95,845 for Bitcoin. Kind of been tripping around that $96,000 level. Going nowhere as fast. Let's take a look at Puff. And I don't know anything about this. I'm just looking at the chart. Who knows what it is? Again, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say indeed should be taken as financial advice. Please get yourself a financial advisor. Do your own due diligence before getting into any project, coin, or trade. I mean, this thing is ripping, all right? You're up 3.5 million, and it's continuing to go, and it's in a beautiful uptrend. But there will be blood. There will be a pullback at one point, and at that stage, we can start to see if it's really worth getting on in. So this thing has been on an absolute uptrend. It's doing what I call Damage cheese, right? But now it's going to come on down. It looks like it may even go sideways here. Very similar to Bitcoin. If Bitcoin goes parabolic out that move, you're going to see parabolic moves all around the market in ways you never thought possible. So that target's 006591 right off the bat. So in case you want to know where to be at, where I be. And they hit control, you can grab more. If you hit control, you can copy these off each other, see? Control helps you just grab whatever. Like, say you wanted another line, you hold it, you hit control, now you got another line. It's so nice. It's really, really awesome. All right. I'm just going to bring the music down a little bit for me, but back up for you. So I'm looking for this to consolidate before it makes a bigger move. All right. If it is bullish, this is what we're going to see. And it tells us we don't have to get in just yet. It's going to give us some time. You know, maybe 5 to 6, 7, 8, maybe even 8 hours, maybe even 12. But I'm going to watch this closely, and this is looking interesting. And this may be something that does some big gains. Thank you so much for the $100 super chat. That's crazy. I want to fast X2S. Could that be the TARS AI next week? We'll take a look at TARS AI and PENGU for my awesome super chat. Thank you guys so much. I mean, I had no idea. Coming out the woodwork. May God bless everybody on the stream. Wow, $100 super chat. Unbelievable. And believe me, I'm jet lagged, real tired, so if I stumble my words, something doesn't seem right, just bear with me and act like it didn't happen, all right? Because I'm going through a lot right now, and it's the fact that I'm even live is insane. This is my first, nighttime stream, and I'm getting it done. And I'm going to miss tomorrow's night stream, but I will do a stream tomorrow during the day, so we will check the stream off, all right? It will happen no matter what. So I'm looking for some type of way here for Bitcoin to get busy. And you can see the smaller time frames, that's a head and shoulder pattern. And they're just going to, they say they're going to dump this level here. Just as you're going to go to the bottom of the pattern, but you could easily bounce there now and then start a move. Maybe another inverted head and shoulder. So I'm looking for Bitcoin to kind of hold the key level if it may. If not, maybe make the next level right below it and just continue to do damage before it can kind of get up and then blast further to the upside. So again, it could make shoulder, head, bigger right shoulder and drop to the downside. These are all possibilities and I'm open-minded to them. Believe you me. How do we figure out what's going to happen? I'm going to show you right now. We're going to go to the 1 hour time frame and we're going to show you where that 200 MA is on the 1 hour. If we lose the 200 MA on the 1 hour time frame, there we did it on a wick and they brought it back up. But if we lose it heavily and it's definitive, like it's involved, in a massive movement down, then things will change. Right now, I'm still short on weeks here just because that head and shoulder looks interesting. Sammy, thank you for all that you do. We love you. Have a safe travel back home. Shout out to Margaret Ness. Thank you so much, Margaret. That means the world to me. You've been so nice to me since you've taken that screen share, weekly screen, the class. Unbelievable. So look, this short is now up, barely anything, but it's still up, just to point it out. The ETH trade's probably getting more, it's 260. I'm staying in the ETH trade. Bitcoin comes back. I mean, that's good for Ethereum and altcoins. So I see a possible move for Bitcoin. Back down, but then I see a resurgence and a bounce here. And then a tightness and an absolute move to the upside here. So I'm more bullish than bearish on Bitcoin for sure. Without a doubt in my mind. But we got to get some key levels. And if we lose the 200 MA on the 1 hour, that's going to tell the story that I'm not down to here. No, but it is what it is. My whole point is this. If it loses the 200 MA, then we're looking for, more pain. And the 4 hour would head further down to like the daily 200 MA too as well. So, but fear not. Right now we're hanging right there on the 30-minute 200 MA. And honestly, another thing that might happen on the smaller time frames, just because, is a flag like this that's kind of making a smaller move. And that could say that we could get further to the upside for Bitcoin. So I like this. This is setting up pretty nicely. And only a matter of time, man. Interesting. So Bitcoin, I got shoulder, shoulder, head, shoulder, shoulder. You see it? I mean, it's like I've never seen it before. So I'm just shoulder, shoulder, head, shoulder, shoulder. Saying it's colder, right? Up there. But saying, anyway, the cold shoulder, yeah. But anyway, Bitcoin suggests it could even go right back down to the point of control at 94,773 before it gets a bounce. I don't want to see it lose that trend line, but anything is possible. It looks a little bearish in the local time frames right now, but it is a low volume Saturday night. A lot of times, like, it takes us some time to really get it moving, to really get it going. So this is something that I could see play out, in the next, we bounce back up. There's a good chance we bounce. And why is that? Well, we are holding the 200 MA in the 1 hour time frame, which is very bullish. Even if we came and tested, I think it would have to be a pretty drastic reason. So we would, not a drastic reason, but if we tested it and lost it, then you'd have to start thinking you might have to make a pretty big short. Now, if we lose the 200 MA on the 1 hour, we're going to go to the 200 MA on the 2 hour time frame. That's a very likely scenario here. And you would end up somewhere here in the abyss. It would probably come meet you halfway. You'd meet somewhere here at about, 92.8 for BTC. We would like to avoid that and get the bounce, but this is a shoulder, shoulder, head, shoulder, shoulder. Nothing really we can say about that and say that it's not there. It's definitely there. I'm in a short because of it, with a stop loss like up in here somewhere. And I'm looking for this to come down at least to the 200 MA, because now it's at the 30-minute 200 MA. So that's how we know that it's likely going to go further down. Okay? That's the key. Now that's an M pattern. M's break down 68% of the time. So if we just simplify this idea, we trade this the way it's supposed to be traded, it suggests that the M's going to go further down. And that says that we are going to dump and head down to 94,869. So it is what it is, but it looks like I may win this short here for Bitcoin. Shoulder, shoulder, head, shoulder, shoulder. That's a complex headed shoulder if I've ever seen one, which is a very high probability of a move to the downside. Like head and shoulders already, but this one, man, this is a monster move to the downside. Looks like it could be coming. So yeah, that's what I see here for Bitcoin, and any possibilities abound. So there we have it. Now there's some altcoins that are brewing right now. Did anything hit big today? We're gonna take a look, see what happens. Low volume Saturday. You really want to avoid a lot of these pitfall days, but every once in a while something does come along, some does come our way, which gets us excited and shows us how things could have, would have, should have been. You know what I mean? SEI is pretty hot right now. It just hit a hot target, and it's still booming from where I've last seen it. So you gotta give some love there. Let's take a look at coin market cap and just see who's prevalent right now, what's going down in the game. So Bitcoin doing okay. Let's take a look at the altcoins, excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum usually. Monero, Sol Layer just continues to rip. I've never seen a coin just like out of control. And you know who also puts it out there is, I see this on Token Metrics all the time recently. Sol Layer, Sol Layer, Sol Layer, Sol Layer. They've been screaming Sol Layer. Like last time I put it out right there, look, they dolphin dipped it and then ripped it. It's kind of crazy, right? I was speculating, seeing if we could break out the flag, and even if that got stopped out, so be it. And I lost the trade, you know what I mean? But I wasn't in this trade, just to make it clear. But this thing has just been on a tear. And it's so unfair because it went up so much. I'm like, it has to pull back, but it never has. It was just 66 cents. It's done a 5x. It went all the way to 328. I just can't and it did it since February 24th. So it just slowly made a 5x in front of your face without you even realizing it. Sol Layer. It's got an idea for Sol. It's got a layer. It's only going to get bigger and better. Sol doesn't play around too, so, Now, this thing just broke out. Like, it clearly bounced off the 200 MA there on the 1 hour time frame. And that's got some, that has some moves. So are they going to still let him get this pump out there? Are we going to be able to get all the way to 4? You never know, right? Is it him or her? I don't know. Layer AI? Just messing with you. But ching. So I like what I'm seeing. Can Layer get all the way to $4.04? Look for a resistance at 333. Oh, obviously. AERGO. That thing dumped out the flag. No love for AERGO. And that's why you have alerts just to watch things to see what's happening. Joy. Melos. Justice. And let me jump into the chat. I posted this to my friends' text message group, and I want to see if any of my old school buddies from college jumped in here. So the question is about the 1300 steak. Would you be bragging or talking about paying $30 for a steak if you went out to a steakhouse and bought a $30 steak? Yes, I would. I would say, everyone, I just went out and got a $30 steak. It was the best steak I ever had. 100%. But you have to understand, when you go to a steakhouse like that and a famous person that everybody knows comes up to your table, brings the steak, it's an experience. And the ornate design of the place is unbelievable. And I thought it was an amazing experience. I just wanted to share it with you. You know what I mean? And the fact that it's almost an unattainable steak. Like, I don't know if I would, before I worked my butt off every single day, and before I ran my own company, like, yeah, I probably wasn't eating steaks like that. I'm being honest with you. Like, I'm just want to show you the levels. You could be everyone in this chat could easily go and buy that steak. You could all become successful people, and a $13 steak would mean nothing to you. If anyone thinks a $13 steak was a big deal, then you don't think you live in a universe full of abundance. For you to think that a $13 steak isn't enough, we live in abundance, everybody. No stress. You can achieve anything you put your mind to. Like, stop thinking you live in this little world where you can't do whatever you want with your mind. You guys are out of your minds. Like, I can teach you so much, Bro, it's Salt Bay. How could you not? Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. And honestly, I'm still new to this lifestyle. Like, can I express how amazing that was for me? Like, can I still be like a young middle-class kid that just had a $13 steak and has no idea what that was like until now? Can I express what it's like to have been a brokey in my life and now I'm not a brokey no more? Is that okay for people? Or do I always have to be a brokey for the rest of my life and tell you that I ate mac and cheese underneath the freaking car tire? Like, come on, man. But ching. It's actually crazy to me that people get mad at you for doing well in your life. It's so strange. Strange behavior, man. But you know what? That's what's going to happen. People are going to get jealous of you, everyone here. If you get big, if things happen to you, your friends will get jealous of you. Heck, you could even have I'm not going to get into it, but anyone in your life could get jealous. Hey, Rave Song Records, you're going to be with me at one of the next adventures. We just keep rolling. We go to the nicest restaurants in the entire world, man. I'm telling you. And we have a blast because you know why? Tried the Salt Bay a few years ago and it was not impressed, but I'm grateful for the abundance to try. I thought it was amazing. I was thoroughly impressed. Yeah. He even I got signed. Hold up. He would go to a restaurant. He has different locations. Like, he could have been in Abu Dhabi, but he wasn't. So I got him to sign these. Right here, man. This is signature. No salt. No life. Salt Bay, dude. Come on, man. And I got a gray one for my daughter, you know what I mean? I'm gonna frame that in a thing, man, and remember that night for the rest of my life. It represented a big deal for me and Jamie. It represented the fact that we have been working so hard for so long, man. And now we're hitting pinnacles and places and getting places in life. People are recognizing the hard work I put in. People are starting to really recognize the hard work I put in, and it's coming, man. Yeah. I love your mentor. God bless you, man. Yes, please tell us more about this experience. Some of us might be doing well, but can't travel to have it, but I'd like to hear more. See? Amen. It was awesome. So, PENGU. Had in that little flag. I said wait for it to kind of consolidate. It just pumped out of nowhere. Then it dumped out of nowhere. I'd stay away from PENGU personally. Like, I wouldn't be trading it. I wouldn't be buying it. I think it's, a lot of people have it. Tokens will unlock. I don't know. You do whatever makes you happy, but a little sketchy. Let's take a look at this Saturday night because I want to take a look at the total market cap of all the altcoins, excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum, and see if I'm seeing something different here. You're here teaching people how to make gains, taking time off from your own life so people can have a better future and make gains, but people just want to hate. Hey, I love you, man. Don't worry. Don't act like y'all wouldn't straight up turn down the reward once you finally break out of the trenches. Hey, yo, that $13 steak, bro. God bless you, man. Thank you. The people have been so overstimulated with the irrelevant crap, they now find it hard to feel good. It's all right, man. It's all right. So total market cap, man, we are in a bit of a frenzy here. You know, that's an M pattern to me. Kind of strange. You know, I'm going to look at it differently and see if I could break it down. But this is, you know, it is a Saturday. We could easily get a bounce and change the tune. Next thing you know, we rip into the upside. And so, like, I've been looking at it, like, can we get the bounce and stay sideways? We stay sideways, we catch the longs. Maybe even tomorrow night into Monday. So we really need to see this bounce. We do not want to see an M start to take us down here. Okay? And would you short a long? I wouldn't do either, man. I'd wait for this to come on down, then look for a long back up, or I'd wait for it to long there. I'm longing because we're above the 200 MA on the daily, the 200 MA on the 4 hour, the 200 MA on the 1 hour. That's when longs are more likely to play out. So longs are in favor right now, period. No matter how you want to play it, longs are in favor. And I'm going to teach you why longs are in favor. Whenever you're above the 200 MA, all right, a moving average that's so key, and it's for Bitcoin. Now, we're not above the 200 MA on the altcoins, but Bitcoin is well above it. What you're seeing here is like sideways price action. Bitcoin did this just the other day. So don't get too stressed on the small time frames. I'd watch total 3 right here. And I mean, this tells me that this is just a bullish rectangle, and it's only a matter of time. This thing's going to break further to the upside. So insane. This thing could do some serious damage. So remember, I got an ETH trade open right now that's, you know, sitting there, 15% gains. And I got a short on Bitcoin. That's kind of more just like a hedge that's pretty flat right now and hasn't done much. So we're looking for the bounce, possibly for BTC. This would be great if we bounce right here. This looks like a shoulder, shoulder, head, right shoulder. They would create I mean, they got a bunch of people shorting that, right? I mean, this chart looks strange. Look at that. That's a complex head and shoulder. Shoulder, shoulder, head, shoulder, shoulder, if I've ever seen one. If that does not dump, I'm going to be flabbergasted. Right now, look at the 33-minute time frame bounced off the 200 MA. How is that even possible? Don't ask me. But the 33-minute, baby, with the 200 MA bounce back to the upside. Take a look at the 1 hour. As long as you stay above the 1 hour 200 MA, I remain bullish. Like, I know I've been saying this earlier today. I expected a bounce here. They came and rolled it over. Here I expected a bounce. They came and rolled it over. I still expect a bounce here for Bitcoin back to the top of the channel. It's just only a matter of time here on the 1 hour time frame. We had all day to pump, though, and we got nothing but a double top. Let's take a look at that real quick. So we had all day to pump. We got right here to this key level, and we hit a massive resistance at about 96,470, 96,500. Can we continue further to the upside is the question, right? And then here, too, we look at this. A bounce and a bounce. That's a double bottom, again, on Bitcoin. You see the double bottom there for BTC? And I didn't even see that till right now. So I'm looking for some key ideas here for Bitcoin that can get me out of this hole. So 1, 2, that's a double bottom. Let's take a look at the measured move. All right, just a simple measured move. Nothing crazy, nothing too much here. I'm drawing blanks on how to draw things. I'm so tired. It's so funny. I'm like, wait, there it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the length of the pole. So like just like the one on the 3-day that bounced, this looks like it's going to bounce. That's a double bottom to the upside for Bitcoin. This would be the beginning. This would be the time to enter the long, like right now, for a move back to the top side, and we wake up tomorrow morning in gains. It's very well could happen here the way I'm looking at it. So let me just kind of break down a possible trade here based off bullish divvy on the RSI. You can see the RSI is pretty flat or moving to the upside. That's moving to the downside. We even had some bullish div there on the indicator telling us that there's some bullish divergence inside there. So, hey, bang, bang, bang. PENGU and chart. We looked at PENGU, right? Okay. So I could see this bouncing. We're going to get a resistance at about 96.5, but I'm looking for a bounce for Bitcoin. All day they've been toying with price action. They even faked a head and shoulder pattern. And just to prove to you how much I see a bounce happening is I'm just going to close my short. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead. And the best way to close the short too, closing price, hit this button here. I go to close. This is the best way. Go to close. Hit where you want to close. Like hit this price action. And then drag it all the way down. And then close that short, sorry. Right? And then close that short, right? Okay, that's why, yeah. So you go here, and when you're in separation mode, and you close that puppy, right? And that's an order book on the order book now, and you can hit it again if you want to keep doing it and sending another order. Eventually that will close, right? I'm not really stressing it too much. Oh, there it goes. Look, and the short's getting a bit of a bounce right as I said that, and then I got taken out of the trade. Pretty cool, right? As it bounced back to the upside. Now, the ETH trade should continue to pump, so no stress. No stress on the ETH trade. And let's take a look at that trade for you. So I'm seeing a possible bounce. And I want to take a look at Ethereum real fast. But you look at Sol. I forgot to close Sol futures on Coinbase, but before market close, I got plenty of buffer. Just curious on your analysis. Shout out to Will Shannon. Thank you so much for asking that you actually care about what I think about. It's super nice of you. You didn't have to do that, but you did. And you made me feel good about myself because it makes me think, hey, this guy wants to know what you have to say. And that makes me feel like a great analyst that's been doing this for a long time. And you brought love, light, and happiness to my life when you did that, man. So God bless you. So look, this looks like it's going to break out. You can see this little flag starting to form. Let's zoom in here for you and show you what I see happening. But you can see there's so much clutter I gotta delete. These verticals. Too many lines. It's like a small county fair, just too many lines, you know. So look, Ethereum's looks like it's about to get busy. So in my humble opinion, they got everyone a little shook. And now they're about to pump the price, right? And the daily candle just closed. Let's talk about the daily candle for Bitcoin. Let's have a blast, and let's break it down. And now the whole point of the stream is to really solidify and see what's happening on that daily close. So look, I'm long for ETH, and this thing is about to plow. So an entry is right now. I'm giving you each a live trade right now. Entry would be there. And you can demo trade this with me. Open up a demo account on Weeks. Weeks has a beautiful demo account. You go to futures here, demo trading, and you don't even have to use your own money to figure out whether, you know, and then you could take my calls for like a month on demo. What if you look back and so many calls played out, and then you're ready to kind of take it to the next level, right? And you get that education too. So look, this can get all the way up to about what? $22,110.44. That's the key level that I'm looking for Bitcoin, you know, and for Ethereum, so almost for Ethereum. But boom, I like this. This looks healthy, looks beautiful. Higher lows, getting crushed, getting tight. Only a matter of time. So the entry is now. Stop loss here could be anywhere, but this could be just below the 200 MA. And that gives you a 3-to-1 risk-reward ratio. That area put you at about 1,698. And then target would take us to 2,110. So it definitely suggests there could be a nice move here coming for Bitcoin. ZBN, the Moon MasterCard Circle, JP. Yeah, ZBCN's going to get pretty big too. Yeah, I'll wait for ETH on the 1 minute to reset. I like ETH right now. Yeah, because like what's the 1 minute going to do? But maybe it's flipping. Let's see, do we even get the load there? And look at the pump for Bitcoin on that double bottom on the 1 minute time frame. Look, it just double bottom. Just did a beautiful double bottom and came up. Look, a bit of a cup and handle with the nasty right side. But bam, that thing boomed off a double bottom to the upside. Bitcoin pumping nicely back to these levels. And I see a pump for Bitcoin. I see us tomorrow, 1, 2, 3, at least 4, somewhere right here dealing with this resistance, getting through it and punching to the upside. Another thing that I just saw, which is actually really insightful, that you may want to kind of pay attention to here, is this shoulder, head, right shoulder that can go further to the upside here as well. for Bitcoin. Looks like we're about to get back above 95,900, back to 96K. And man grinds even harder than me back in my day, and nobody could keep up with me, but Sammy would. Like you said, game respects game. Unreal. Hey, man, I'm just going to take over, man. I'm done. I'm done playing with these people, man. It's over. Like, it's over. Like, 2025 is going to be the year, man. That's it. Everyone's going to know my name. Like, if you don't know my name, you're not going to know crypto. Like, it is what it is. I'm taking over. I'm not saying sorry, right? I'm not making excuses. I'm coming like a freight train, right? And either you jump on the train with me and ride, or you watch me sail away into the sunset, man. And I'm just telling you, I said it and I mean it. And when I say something, I mean it. I don't play with my destiny. I don't play with my voice. I don't play with the words I use. When I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it, because I don't lie to myself, because I can't, because that's the only way I can keep my frequency high, is to believe in everything I say I'm going to do and to get it done. You know what I'm saying? I told you I was going to take it over. I told you I was coming. I told you I was going to push harder than anyone you've ever met. I've kept that promise to each and every one of you every single day. No days off. It does not stop. There's nobody here for you. Nobody wants to hear you cry. Nobody cares about your tears. Nobody. Understand? It's up to you to make it happen. It's up to you to find your way. It's up to you to go after your dreams, goals, hopes, anything in your life. It's up to you. No one's going to do it for you and hand you a winning cookie, tell you it's your turn. You're going to have to grind it out every single time. Jimmy's boy, amen. Yeah, and shout out to Karate Crypto for putting my dad up on the screen when it was the anniversary of his death. By coincidence, the day I'm at Karate Crypto, and they put his face up on the screen. You tell me that's not God sent. The anniversary, I happen to be in Dubai. I happen to be at Karate Crypto. It all happened to go perfectly. Come on now. So I see Solana getting a bounce here. Low, high, higher, low. Let it get a bounce and get tight, and then a huge move is coming for Sol. I have a big old bag of Sol, and I am in hard. It is what it is. And that would take us all the way to $183. I gotta buy the fear right now. There's people acting out. There's people thinking that it's always going down the tubes. I'll be buying the fear and keeping it moving. All right. On this train for years, since the hoodies and the 3Ls on KuCoin. That's crazy, Sonny Little Tree. I love you, man. 3S and 3Ls, man. So you're an OG. Why do you bring that up like that? I can't super chat for some reason, but could we look at WIF, please? And thanks. That happens to me on some people's channels. Like, I go to super chat and they don't let me. We're gonna look at TARS AI and WIF here for you. Dog with hat. And honestly, that's gonna follow a lot of what like Solana does, but it's back to 57 cents. Even WIF is getting a bounce from this very bottom. The bottom was about 34 cents, right? And it ripped. So this thing could do damage. Now, right now, it's just in this tiny flag, but the daily likes to pump back to the 200 MA. I wouldn't be surprised if that makes the head, shoulder, head, right shoulder. We get tight inside of here. And this stubborn pattern plays out nicely, right? All the way back up to the 200 MA. Now, these are tight. I see a move coming to the 200 MA. I say it's only a matter of time that this move happens here for this coin, WIF. So it does look bullish to me. It says it's going to consolidate. As long as you don't lose the 21-day moving average, you're going to the 200. It's a very simple strategy. I've seen it happen many times. It's the pump up to the 200 MA. I talked about it this week. I went over it in depth with my trading group. Anyone here see the setups I put out about the 200 MA getting pumped up to the 200 MA? Let's go back through some setups that I did put out and see if any of them have played out since I've talked about those setups. I'm just curious. I'm either going to find myself wrong or right here, and I'm actually kind of fun to see what happens. So I posted to the trading group. Let's see if some of the things I posted to the trading group either came to fruition or did not come to fruition over time. So SEI I put out down there, right there. If you remember, I put SEI when the flag was right there, and I positioned it to go to 22 cents, and it did. It went from about 16, 14, all the way to 22 cents. Beautiful move for SEI, say. And DGen looked interesting to me. Stellar Lumens, you could tell, was an accumulation zone. Pretty obvious to me. And then Bitcoin getting tight. And so I wanted to show you these 200 MAs moving up. Wow, we gave you so many charts to look at too recently. Well, let's take a look at Rio in a second as well. All right, here, look, bull, Tron bull. See, whenever you see the tight moving averages, this thing will pump up to the 200 MA. It's crazy. Low volume, anything. You know, I've seen it many, many times. Radiant also wants to do it too. Let's take a look at Radiant. See what's happening for RDNT. And I'm going to be the man with the plan. So many coins are going to come your way on this live stream. It's going to blow your mind. You're not going to believe how much you're going to learn, how much you're going to find out, and what could be coming right across your table. Right? Yes, your table, exactly. Now, this is sitting at 24, and I actually like where it's at, and it's holding the 21-day moving average. This thing looks still as huge potential for a pump to the upside. Maybe extend this a little bit, but yeah, this thing says a big move is coming for Radiant. I like that. That's going to be a 78% pump for Radiant. Remember WAXP from back in the day? Hey, maybe someone else does too. Now, it used to have better use cases. We used to think that it was going to be a bigger deal. But look at this. Let me break this down here. I see a move because I see a shoulder, a head, and a bit of a right shoulder that can break further to the upside. So everything kind of looking beautiful and getting ready for a bigger move here, right? That's a cup and handle. That's a shoulder, head, and shoulder. WAXP suggested it could break out. Man, this thing's been gone for a long time. Haven't talked about WAXP in a long, long time. Wax is, Wax. Blast is getting some more incentives. Tight moving averages pump up to the daily two. I've seen this so many times. Whenever the moving averages get that tight, they pump up to the 200 MA. And what you can do is you can, when you see the chart like so, I believe you can add blast too, right? And you can add it to bunched up daily 200 MA and waiting. These are all these crazy templates that we have here. See? Share list, import list, show. How do you find? Yeah. Just crazy, right? So you can make all these different lists, and then you can add things to the list that you're looking for. It's pretty awesome. If you want to share the list, you can copy the link too as well and send it out to everyone else. Pretty cool. Add blast too, and use, you can say, to the bunched up 21 200 MA, right? Crazy, right? Blast is also on my radar. I wouldn't be surprised if Blast takes a movement here all the way back to, says it can get all the way up to about 0.0674. Blast looks interesting to me. Bitcoin getting a little bit of a bounce back to the upside here. Ethereum just playing games. Bitcoin getting a little bit of a bounce back to 95,003. And as I said, it just looks like a bounce is coming for Bitcoin. I've been around a long time, and I've seen a lot of nonsense. And I've also seen a lot of good stuff. It's not all bad, but eventually, you got to come to terms with what you're seeing with BTC. And it's not easy. We all wanted to see it pump forever. And maybe it still will, one step at a time, right? Looks pretty good to me. Could we get this bounce further to the upside? That's all we're looking for BTC. Otherwise, we're going to lose the 200 MA on the 30-minute time frame, fall down here, start falling to the 1 hour 200 MA, and then and then it's kind of a no man's land at that point. So hope this man hope this recovery is not as drawn out into Sunday. Hope we can get this nice breakout. Now the real key here is just looking for the retest. We break out, we get the retest. That's going to be a key level. So I'll be watching 96,500 very closely too as well. So again, I leave you with the idea that Bitcoin is likely going to pump and not dump. That's what the charts are telling me, and I could be completely wrong. It tells me to keep my Ethereum long open, right, and come back to it in massive gains in about 4 to 5 days. I forgot I had the chart open like that. It's still up $300. 18% is a beautiful trade right there, and we want to take like a few grand, and it will happen if we're patient. We do our thing and we chip away. All right. Let's take a look at the crypto free and green index at 65. You would like to have that thing resetting back to 40, man, sooner than later, but every time it's up that high, right? Man. Yeah, Europe is going to be second. France unveils their plans to ban crypto, including Bitcoin, because a lot of criminals are using it. So insane, right? So insane. Like, it makes no sense. Aaron Aro, what do you do for women? Yeah, sure. Even the smallest common birds feel lost and fight for each other. Yeah, that's why Seabird is. You guys are crazy, man. That's why I show you. Yeah, exactly. We spend more money on healthcare than any other nation, but our kids are sick, man. But our kids are sick. So I'm expecting a bounce here. Now, it could also get ugly. I see it two different ways. That M could have dumped us too. That'd be a shoulder ahead. Maybe we make a right shoulder here and they take us further down. It's very possible. Oh, guys, tomorrow morning I'm going on top of the Burj Khalifa, and I'm going to see it from the highest point, 140. The elevator's high. Can't believe how crazy it's going to be. And then I'm going to do a virtual reality tour from up there as well. And I'm already nervous now. I'm like, oh man, what about the elevator? Maybe I shouldn't be going up that high. Would you go up to the top of the Burj Khalifa if you were here? Or would you decide that it just wasn't for you? I just want to know, you know? Would you go? Man, it's so hard to get a Twitter post out here, man. So, an X post, whatever you want to call it. Just look like it's in like repetition. It just keeps cycling through the same thing over and over again, right? Oh yeah, I gotta keep that away. It tends to like give you static on the mic. Yeah. Some send Xeno first. You guys are funny, man. Would you go to the top of the Burj Khalifa, or would you be too shook? I just want to see. Maybe some people are like, I wouldn't get up there. I just want to see the poll. I'm so excited to see what people say. Aero Joan for us, please, Sammy. We'll take a look at that. And let me take a look at the super chats. Shout out to Tyler S. I love you, brother. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you. Or B. Tyler, sorry, man. Will Shannon. Can you look at Sol? I forgot to close Sol futures. Yeah, Sol looks good to me. We double checked on Sol. Looks good to me. Sammy, thanks for all you do. Margaret, I love you. Thank you. Sounds, baby, sounds. Hey, Sam, can you take a look at AVAX? AVAX has been a wow. We did look at Pengu, Safe Travel Back, TARS AI. So we need to look at TARS AI. And let's see who asked that too as well. We got Margaret Ness. Sammy, thanks for all you do. No, Dubai, Pengu, right here. Act 04. I want a fast 2X. Could that be TARS AI? Could you look at Sol? Yep. Aero Joan. So now we're looking at AERO, AVAX, and TARS. First thing I'm going to look at is Aerodrome. My baby, Aerodrome. Everyone knows I hold my Aerodrome and I hold it tight. Wow, though. Let's take a look. Last time I looked, I just had this idea with an alert on it. Previous support is resistance. It's coming back into itself here, into a falling wedge. Can it break out is the question, and then see if this local sustainability above that, I'm going to say the 1 hour 200 MA. So if the 1 hour 200 MA leaves price action, it's a little detrimental because, you know, the trust is lacking there. But if we continue to get up and do the retest, this looks like, you know, I'm seeing you got inspired by all the people here and in Dubai just having a great life. It makes you say, hey, well, if this right shoulder comes up and pushes, what I'm saying is, Aerodrome gets me excited, man. And it's when I talk about people having a good life here in Dubai, I see a lot of wealth, a lot of people. And, you know, I'm using Aerodrome to obtain some wealth. And again, you do whatever makes you happy. There's nothing I say and do should be taken as a financial advice. I'm looking at Aerodrome personally. I like the setup. Even maybe adding a little bit here could be a good example. I have a pretty good bag. I don't need to add too much. But I do like Aerodrome, and I do hold a big bag of it. Previous support is resistance right here, too, as well. It's a pretty serious deal. And then it can get all the way up to about 78 cents. The thing is, this falling wedge could break out. Smart move might even be to swing it once it breaks above 66.5. That way it's a lot smoother of a trade and get out somewhere around 73, 75. Again, that's just what the charts are conveying. You got to do whatever makes you happy with the education you receive so it makes sense for you. Let's take a look at AVAX and see what's happening to AVAX here in the mix, too, as well. and AVAX on MEXC Avalanche. I mean, it was tight inside of that. Thought it would break out. You know, we were looking at it. I didn't get into it. I do not like trading Avalanche. Not anymore. Back in the day, it was a hot coin. Now it's kind of a boring, hangs out, doesn't really have a lot to do, yada, yada, yada type of thing, man. I mean, everything's in these cup and handles, but, like, how long do you just wait for generational wealth? I could wait a long time. Like, I'm still holding Bitcoin from $1,000, right? Generational wealth. You hold it for so long, it passes through the generations, man. And you're still loaded. That's generational wealth. See, I see this moving. You know, support of resistance right there, support of resistance there. Something going on. Can this break back up here to the 200-day? Tight moving averages. And there's that beautiful double bottom yet again there on the daily for AVAX. So AVAX looks like it's getting ready to take a move to the upside anytime soon. It's got a lot of support. It's in a beautiful flag, and this thing could do numbers for sure. So we took the AERO, Joe. Could you look at Sol? Yeah, we took the Sol. They got it handled over there. Just checking on my team, making sure everything's right. God bless everybody here. If you want to trade where I trade, you want to learn what I learn, go to cryptolifer.com to find out more, all right? Would you go to the top? 82% said yes, 18% would say no. I wonder why the 18% no. Disney World elevator takes you into space. That's so crazy, man. Every rod, the big shot, top of the Space Needle in Vegas, shoots you straight up the needle at the top. It was a blast. Oh, man. I'm afraid of all that stuff, Crypto Billy. All that stuff. Like everything. Shout out to the $100 super chat yet again. I can't believe that. And let's take a look at TARS AI USDT. And that's TAI, I remember. Okay, TAS protocol. So the first thing we drew was the 618 Fibonacci, and it's just very likely you're coming to the 618. I mean, you had a bump. Naturally occurring, you know, alternative is to move back down, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days. Remember, this thing was pumping. Now someone's getting hurt. You have to understand taking profits when you're when you're getting to the high point on the stochastics on a big time frame. This is a cup and handle. There's a support and resistance there. We may dip a little lower to 0.5, but this thing looks like it's mean. It can continue to move past the 200 MA, somewhere to 2171. All right. 0.2171. Shout out to James Jones in the house. God bless you, man. Thank you for jumping on in. He said virtuals, which had a nice pump recently. Let's take a look at virtual. And it did some damage. It really did. What time is it now? My goodness. Wow, look at that bounce right there, too. Remember I was calling this bounce? Saying, look for this thing to bounce, right? And it bounced so nicely. I must be a psychic over here with this call. So, wow, I mean, that thing just ripped just like I said it would. Now look for it to come down and touch the 21. I wouldn't touch this anymore. It did a nice move, though, all the way from 40 cents to 180. It just did a 4X overnight. Like, that's no, not overnight, in like a week. But it 4X'd in about a week. I never sold any of my virtual. I still believe virtual's a hot coin. Vader's a hot coin. Vapor's a hot coin. Wow. To see that thing do what it did, it just went from 62 at the bottom of April 22nd. And a month later, not even, 10 days later, this thing has gone from about 55 cents all the way up to 178 cents. Now look for this flag to complete 21, and this thing could continue to cook the 327. Wow. Heavier roll. Yeah. Pepe. AI making a comeback like virtual protocol. Yep. Sometimes you tell people to bug off, and sometimes you're like, yeah, man, can I look at it? Yeah, man, it all depends on the day. I never tell anyone to bug off. That's not true. That's just not true. I might just say I don't want to go over that coin right now because I'm not sure what it's going to be doing, you know what I mean? Like the type of, like, I don't know enough about the actual coin. You can see everything's kind of desperate for these higher lows. Beautiful double bottom as we just showed you here. So I had a nice double bottom and now it's kind of handling like a little cup and handle here. And it looks like everything's fine. That thing's going to pump probably to the point of control and that high volume node. See some key levels to watch here to the upside. Pepe looks like it's going to go. Hey, Sam, music is louder than your voice. You're the first person to say that. So I don't agree. God bless you, though. Sam, you're the man, so appreciate your TA. Getting knowledge exponentially. Amen. Exactly. So where will we be when I show up tomorrow morning? That's kind of what we want on this beautiful Saturday night. All right. I'm going to go to another chart here because I got a lot of work going on. Go to like the Bybit chart or the KuCoin chart works for me. And similar idea, like can we consolidate here or are we going to get the nudge further to the downside? Wow, back to 797. And what is the thing? They have everyone thinking we could short down fast or that we could pump. If we short, honestly, you don't have to catch every single pump or everything. Like, you know, if we short, fine, we short. If we pump, we pump. I just rather wait for the retest of the key areas. If I'm watching something, I want to see something that my mind's created and then have it fall into that. I don't want to just do whatever they're doing, you know? So we're still just watching this flag for Bitcoin. Like, it's kind of, you know, it's in the middle. Anything could happen. As long as you stay above the 200 MA, I'm bullish. We could come down, and there's a lot of support for this guy right here at 93.871. A lot of people just, you know, bounce, bounce, bounce. And then you got the shoulder, head and right shoulder that broke out to the upside. And a golden cross eventually coming with the 21 crossing the 200 MA. So I would love it if they could just fill out this flag and give us a nice little pump a couple times. We call it a day, you know, but just in case. 21 crossing tells me a big move is coming for Bitcoin, and we're going to be at somewhere about 109,000 sooner than later. Let's take a look at all those awesome super chats from the fan funding. Love you guys. Thank you so much for everything. We got James Jones Virtual, Pepe. We took care of them. AERO Jones. Yep. Will Shannon. Act. I was fast. X2 could be a target. Yep. Margaret Sounds. Hey, Sam, can you take a look at AVAX, please? And AVAX is the last thing. And Hank Solman. Thanks for enjoying Dubai. Can you look at PENGU? We looked at PENGU right off the bat. It didn't look good. Like, it just looks like it's going to do a pretty deep pullback before it gives another flag, right? So that's it. I would watch this on the daily and just see how it starts to come together, right? Boom. So I can see this thing breaking out, and I can learn the tips of the trade as this thing rips. The tips of the trade as it rips in your face. So there you have it for Bitcoin. And the key level for PENGU, the key level you're looking at is 118412 as well. And I think that would do it. Am I correct there? AVAX, AERO Drone, Virtual, Pepe. Have a safe travel back home. Somebody says, thank you for everyone that gave a super chat tonight. You people are unbelievable. I am exhausted. It is 4 a.m. I'm crashing right now. It is 4:38 in the morning. I'm done. I can't even. And tomorrow, you're ready to rock. So I love you all. Have an amazing day. Stay blessed. Watch out for Bitcoin. All right. Actually, let me take a look at the daily close. So sorry. Last thing I have to do. I'm just crashing. If I couldn't lie to you guys, I'm crashing. I push myself to a limit. I've never pushed myself before. I'm high on life with all the people that I met, all the amazing things that happened. It's been just unbelievable, right? And it does have some head and shoulder vibes. It doesn't look amazing. Look at that, you know? Got to get that bounce for Bitcoin. Bybit spot for the daily close. And there you have it, a new candle just opened, and it opened like bearish, like it's going to carry on the tradition of the first trade. Like it just looks like it will follow suit with a nasty dump. And you have a shoulder, head, and it will be like a head and shoulder pattern. All right, we take a look at the daily. 96,876 for Bitcoin. The high was so it opened at 96,876. The high was 96,925. The low was 95,758. And the candle closed at 95,855, up down $1,000 on the day. So Bitcoin tanked today. She took a dumpski. You know what I mean? And it looks like she's going to continue to dump now here. That short may actually be in play now. That right shoulder may actually be in play. I'm just too tired. I got a lot of traveling tomorrow. I'd rather just not. And I made gains this week, so not my time to trade Saturday night. I'm going to stay off the charts. It does look like they're going to... That's a shoulder, head, shoulder. I will tell you that the measured move is very likely, and the measured move is the head to the neckline, and then this brings us down. And it's just, we could get somewhere up to 93,900. So look out. There could be a little bit of a dip here. Be careful. Everybody, I love you. I appreciate you. I can't even believe I was able to do this. I'm going to crash now. And may God bless each and every one of you. Thank you so much. Remember, the secret to success is getting started. What are you going to start today to change your life? God bless you all. See you tomorrow.